It was a sunny day in the city of Townsville, and Bubbles and Buttercup were getting ready for school when Blossom came.
Hello, Blossom. You look happy. I am, Bubbles. The mayor told me that the visitor is coming to Townsville soon. Oh, neato. How exciting!
On the island of Sodor, Sir Topham Hatt was pacing on the platform at Knapford Station waiting for Thomas to arrive. Twilight and Sunset Shimmer were there with James. At that moment, Thomas came into the station.
Hello, sir. Do you want to see me?
Yes, I do, Thomas. I have a very special assignment for you. The mayor from the city of Townsville has sent me a letter regarding some extra help around the railways of the city. Would you like to help out for a week?
I'd be delighted, sir. Thank you.
Can we all go, sir?
You all have work to do, laughed Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas was excited.
When do I leave, sir?
Next week, said Sir Topham Hatt.
That means you need to get ready, Thomas.
And you need an early night, too,
Yes, sir. I will, sir.
whistled Thomas, and he scampered away, whistling with excitement.
We better tell our friends about this, Twilight.
Indeed, Sunset. Thomas is looking forward to it.
A week later, Thomas is ready to set off for the city of Townsville. A ship had been docked to take him there at Brendam Docks. As Thomas is ready to leave, Sir Topham Hatt, the main seven, and Percy were there to see him off. Good luck, Thomas. I hope that you have a wonderful time at the city, and I hope that you'll be a credit to my railway,
I promise, sir.
said Thomas.
Be careful while working in the big city, Thomas. I heard it's very busy there.
I'll keep that in mind, Rowdy. Thanks.
And I'll take care of Annie and Clarabelle until you get back, Percy promised. Thomas is very grateful. He gave a sharp blast of his whistle and set off for Brendam Docks. Sir Topham Hatt waved his hat with a flag until he is out of sight. A day or two later, the mayor called Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup to see him right away. He had an urgent news. Girls, we're expecting Thomas the Tank Engine from the island of Sodor this afternoon. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup were very excited.
He'll be working with us in the city of Townsville for a week. Please make him feel welcome.
We'll do our best, Miss Bellum. You can count on the Powerpuff Girls.
When afternoon came, Thomas was finally docked at the city of Townsville. He was amazed with his new surroundings. Even his driver and fireman had to admit it was an incredible place to be. As Thomas was being unloaded from his ship, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup arrived.
Hello there. You must be Thomas. We were expecting you.
It's great to be here.
Said Thomas. Bubbles is very excited to see Thomas in person.
Hi, Thomas. I'm Bubbles. And these are my sisters, Blossom and Buttercup.
Pleased to meet you, girls.
So, are you ready for your first day?
I sure am, Buttercup.
Said Thomas. He was soon steamed and on his way. The girls were very impressed.
We sure add more engines like him more often.
At the station, Miss Kane was taking her class on a field trip to ride on Thomas. Thomas was going to give train rides. At that moment, Thomas arrived with the Powerpuff Girls.
Miss Kane, this is Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. Welcome to Townsville. That's Thomas? Well, I was expecting something bigger. He's too small to do all big work.
Thomas felt rather hurt.
Don't pay any attention to her, Thomas.
Who was that?
Asked Thomas.
That's Princess Morbucks. She's nothing that but trouble. And she all cares is herself. And she wants to be a Powerpuff Girl.
Thomas was puzzled.
Powerpuff Girl?
Yes, Thomas. Me and my sisters are Powerpuff Girls. Because we have superpowers.
Thomas was amazed as he took Miss Kane's class on a train ride around Townsville. Later, Thomas had finished his pasture run, and he was shunting some trucks in the yard, when the girls came to see Thomas with the professor.
Oh, hello girls. What brings you here?
Thomas, this is the professor who creates us, and he's our dad.
Hi, Professor. I'm Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. It's nice to meet you. The mayor told me that you were going to be here for a week.
That's right. Well, I better take these building supplies to the construction site. I'll see you later.
As Thomas was taking supplies to the yard, he was on track and on time too. But Thomas didn't know that he was heading for trouble. The Rowdy Rough Boys were misbehaving and doing bad things. Then they had a nasty plan.
Let's play on the railroad tracks.
Yes, let's!
This'll be fun!
And so they did. Thomas was just approaching the yard when he saw some boys were playing on the tracks.
Get off the track!
Shouted Thomas and blew his whistle as loudly as he could. The boys saw Thomas and scampered away as Thomas screeched to an emergency stop.
Fizzling fireboxes! That was dangerous!
As Thomas came back, the girls could see that Thomas had a frightened look on his face.
What's the matter, Thomas?
I almost had an accident. Some boys were playing on the tracks.
It sounds like the Rowdy Rough Boys.
The rowdy what?
Rowdy Rough Boys like to cause mischief and trouble in Townsville. And they behave like bad boys, too.
I see what you mean.
We better tell the police about this. Thomas, we need your help with this mission.
What can I do?
We need you to find their hiding place in Townsville.
You got it, Blossom.
And be careful, they have superpowers like us.
Okay, thanks, Buttercup.
As Thomas is pulling his train, he was on patrol looking for the Rowdy Rough Boys. He was just approaching the next station when he heard some laughing inside an old shed.
That sounds like a Rowdy Rough Boys.
It was the Rowdy Rough Boys. They were hiding in an old shed near the station.
So this is their hiding place. I better tell the girls about this.
At the station, Thomas told the girls where he had found the boys.
They were in an old shed near the station. I heard them laughing too.
Good job, Thomas. Now you need us to get them.
But how are we going to do that?
Thomas is right. We need a plan.
Then Thomas had an idea.
Blossom, you said they like to do bad things like stealing candy or toys, right?
Yes, Thomas. Why you ask? You have a plan, Thomas?
I sure do, and I need your help.
You can always count on us, Thomas.
The Rowdy Rough Boys were planning another plan. They were going to steal some candy from the candy store. They had just arrived at the store when Boomer heard a whistle.
Drat, it's that pesky tank engine again.
And for the Purple Girl.
Let's scram!
But they were too late. Thomas and the Powerpuff Girls had caught them. The Rowdy Rough Boys were sent to jail, and the mayor and Miss Bellum were very grateful for Thomas's help.
You did quite very well, Thomas. That was smart thinking. Well done, Thomas.
Said Buttercup.
Thank you.
Said Thomas.
It was the least I could do.
Now I can see why you're a really useful engine.
Smile, Bubbles.
Sir Topham Hat will be very proud of me for saving the day.
Said Thomas, and he went back to work in the yard.
You have something, Blossom?
Said Bubbles.
I don't know who is your Topham Hat, but I think he would consider Thomas to be a credit to this railway after this.
Blossom happily agreed. A few days later, Percy was shunting trucks. He had missed Thomas all week, but had looked after Annie and Clarabelle, just he had promised. The sun was just setting, and Percy was about to go home when he heard a whistle sounding like in the distance. And sure enough, Thomas arrived. "Thomas!" cried Percy. "You're back!"
It's great to be home.
Smiled Thomas. Then Percy noticed a gold medal on Thomas's smoke box. "What's that?" Percy asked.
Oh, this is a medal from the mayor,
said Thomas.
He awarded it to me. I saved the city of Townsville from danger.
"Well done!" exclaimed Percy. "Everyone will be so proud, Thomas."
Tell you what,
smiled Thomas.
How about I tell you on the way home?
Percy was delighted. He was uncoupled from his trucks, and he and Thomas went back to Timothy's sheds. When they arrived, there was a big, rousing welcome back for Thomas.
Thomas, you're back.
Welcome back, Thomas. We miss you.
Thanks, everyone. I'm just glad to be back home.
Smiled Thomas, and everyone agreed as Thomas told everyone about his adventures in the city of Townsville.